Hey y'all, it's Evan here at Wayside Sewing. We have just finished up creating a pattern for, we were looking for a quick and easy Christmas present to make up on the fly. So we looked at a few different pictures, came up with a pattern for a button-up neck wrap, which now I am going to be making a different one with a gray Minkee and a nice herringbone flannel. You can make it with 2 different fabrics of any sort for comfort and style. All you have to do is simply take out the pattern. We are going to tape the 3 pieces together, and that is just half the pattern here. You cut right on the fold, flip it out, get the 2 pieces together, and we're going to get rolling on this one. Just finished taping up our pattern, so we are all done with that. Held down with our pattern weights. I just double checked to make sure of the stretch of the fabric, which is going perpendicular to the selvage. So it stretches this way, good for the length of our pattern. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut this right on out.
And right along the other side.
Making sure not to cut right on our fold right there. Now that we are all set, remove our pattern, open this up, and now it's time to cut out the flannel and we sew them all together. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Alright, I am all set with my flannel cut now. So I just have to determine the stretch of it, which is across the grain at the diagonal. So you do need to follow the grain line on the pattern. To make your life easier, you can actually set aside the pattern, grab your first piece cut, put it on the diagonal to follow the stretch, which we are good to go on that. You do have enough room to make a couple extra pieces on your yard cut. You can put one like there, so another piece halfway to the middle there. But I'm gonna go ahead and use my weights to cut out my first piece. And we are all set with our first 2 pieces. Now I'm going to get to sewing. Hey y'all, it's Evan here at Wayside Sewing. I am still working on the buttoned up collar neck. I have just ironed down my interfacing, which is the stabilizer for the buttonhole. I have matched it up with my pattern right here on the left side. That will give the stability the buttonhole needs for wear and tear. The final step that needs to happen will be to sew these right sides together. You're going to sew all along the edges, leaving an opening on the flatter side. And if you are using this sew machine with the stretch stitch, you will need a back tack in between. And if you are using a serger, it is a naturally stretchy stitch, so you're good to go on that as well. You will just sew all along the edges, and then we are going to flip and turn, and we'll have to whip stitch that opening closed. And the reason it being on the bottom side, because that will be less noticeable when you turn your collar down and the lighter gray will show on the outside. I'm gonna get to serging, and I'll see you soon. Hey y'all, making my way through the neck wrap. Right before serging, I did place a pin on the right side of the fabric, right through our interfacing patch. So when I go to flipping, I'll be able to tell where the interfacing was. You could use the pattern as well, but it's just a little bit easier with the pen. I did just remove all my wonder clips while serging. I'm gonna flip it right side out. I can use some tools to get my corners out nicely. I'm going to flip it in, take it down to the iron, give it a nice good press. I will seal up my hole, fold the fabrics right sides together right in there, take my wonder clips. I will be top stitching that down all the way along my edges after pressing, and then with my handy pin right there, I'll be able to tell where to put the buttonhole. I am almost finished with this, and it will be an easy done neck scarf. I'm back, and I have just finished top stitching the edge of the neck wrap. Also, I finished my buttonhole, which, in order to find where you need to place your button, just fold in half, see exactly where your button needs to go. And in this case, I actually used 2 buttons to make it reversible, so I can have the herringbone or the fur on the outside and inside. I use a classic button, but shank buttons are the best for the item if you're only going to use one. But now that everything's together, I can actually just easily fold this right up for the fur on the outside look. And since it is reversible, here we go. I can actually have the herringbone on the outside, which is great for a look for a men's suit or for a nice parka. So you have 2 completely different looks and 1 easy neck wrap. So we have kits ready, set to go for you, and hope to see you soon. Have a good one.